Hello, I'm Stride, and welcome to my personal ranking of all the Super Smash Bros. Games in order from my least favorite to my most favorite. And I'm really excited to do this because I'm a huge fan of the Smash Bros. Games, and I love well, I don't completely just love every single one, but I do think that each game is special in their own way. So if you don't agree with me, then tell me your opinion and we can talk about it. But yeah, this isn't, saying like this isn't saying that everyone has to think this way or this is the fact of how the games are. This is just my opinion and the way I feel. So if you don't like it, then I'm sorry, but it's my thoughts and I'm not going to change that because of what you want me to think. So, anyways, though, I just want to start off by going to my least favorite Smash game. And here we go. So coming in at the worst Smash game in my opinion is you have to give it to Smash 64, and I'm not gonna lie, this is really hard to do just because it was the first one, and we wouldn't have any of the newer games that I really like if it weren't for this original game. And this game is just recently turned 20 years old, and it's the 20th anniversary of the Smash series because of this game. This game is extremely important. And at the time, it had a lot of content that I respect. But just when you compare it to the other Smash games, the other Smash games had more stuff to it. And I just think when it comes down to the gameplay, not as good as the other games. When it comes down to the characters, way less characters than the other games. The music, well, I don't know about the music that much, but none of the music really stood out to me that much personally. And yeah, just the gameplay in general, it got improved over time. And that's not saying that this game is necessarily bad. I just don't think it's as good as the other ones because the other games kind of built off of what this game was. It was this game was kind of like the rough sketch of what Smash Bros was going to be, and I think it did it really well. So for number 4, I'm gonna have to give this one to Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and this is a gap between Melee, as it was Smash 64, then Melee, and then Brawl. And in this segment, I'm going to talk about why I didn't like Brawl as much as Melee, and talking about more of the negative parts of Brawl that I didn't like as much. So, Brawl, honestly, the gameplay is just extremely boring to me. It's super slow and super defensive, and you know, Meta Knight never really bothered me that much because when I played the game, I wasn't like super competitive. But just the gameplay in general is so boring and bland. And Subspace Emissary really didn't do it for me that much. I'm not gonna lie. I played it just recently, and I just did not find that much enjoyment out of it, to be honest. The cutscenes were kind of cool, and I mean the locations were not memorable at all besides the Great Maze, which was a hassle to complete. But it was still fun. It was an adventure. I liked that part of the subspace, but everything else didn't wasn't that great for me. Um, I mean, like the characters, no characters really stood out to me as characters I liked that much. Uh, but the roster itself, I think, is really cool because it was the first time they added third party characters. But when it comes down to it, Brawl, the gameplay just it really is a killer for me because I just think it's so slow and boring and I just don't like it, and there's not many combos and fast-paced gameplay. Just combos in general. It's not fun for me to play it as much as, well, compared to the other games. I feel like every Smash game is fun for me, but just not as much as the others. So anyways, that's it for Smash Brawl. Going on to the next game. So the next game, I'm gonna have to give it to Smash Bros. Melee. Now this is the game that, well, came out after 64, and then Brawl came out afterwards. But I put Brawl before this, and I'll tell you why by explaining the positives for Melee that I like more than Brawl. The gameplay in Melee is so fast, and this can be a good thing and bad thing, but I feel like it's mostly good for me because I like quick, get into right to the point sort of gameplay to where, and there's so many cool mechanics that you can do, like You can wave dash, which is really fun to do with characters like Luigi that slide a lot. And, even, stuff. And it's really combo heavy, And other gameplay mechanics I was saying earlier, there's stuff like L canceling, all this stuff, which I'm not really into that much, but I still think it's really something that gives a lot more replay value to the game. With all the mechanics it has, which is something that Brawl didn't have. Brawl didn't have all these mechanics that Smash Melee does. And yeah, I feel like Melee takes a lot more skill to with the gameplay wise instead of just playing defensive. And also, Melee had event modes, which I enjoyed so much more than Subspace Emissary for me personally, because the event modes are really fun, unique in their different ways. Uh, and Break the Targets was super fun in this game because it was different for each character, which was so cool. And the music was really good. I liked so much about this game, and I feel like it was better. It did better for me than the Smash Brawl did. So overall, Melee is a really really awesome game, and that's the way I feel about it. And there's are still are two more Smash games that I like more. So let's get on to those. So showing off number two is going to show what number one is, and I don't think number one is that much of a surprise. So let's just get into number two, which is Smash 4, also known as Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U. So I do like this game more than Melee, Brawl, and 64, and honestly, I feel like it's the most consistent with its gameplay. It had a mix between Melee and Brawl, and maybe it was a little more slow than Melee, but it also wasn't as slow as Brawl. It was a little more fast paced, and it also had more combos, which I really appreciated. Brawl didn't really have that many combos with every character, at least. In Smash 4, it was more balanced, well, besides Bayonetta, with characters you could perform combos with. And yeah, Bayonetta kind of was a killer to the competitive standpoint, but honestly, I just really like the way this game sort of plays out. And my favorite characters in this game are like Mario and Captain Falcon because combo wise, they're super good. And yeah, I mean, Smash 4 is a really fun game for me to play. I've played it so much. And overall, I just like it a lot more than Melee, Brawl, and 64. Just because the gameplay just feels so good to me with its combos and stuff like that. So let's get on to number one, which you guys probably all know already. So number one is, as you probably guessed it, is Smash Bros. Ultimate. Smash Ultimate basically got everything all these Smash games did, put it together, and then made it better. Of course, it didn't have all the beloved modes like Target Test and Home Run Contest, which personally kind of sucks, but when it comes down to the gameplay in this game is so much better than any other Smash game, I feel like, because it was fast like Melee, but it also wasn't so hard. I feel like Melee was like too hard for a casual player. I'm not saying I'm like super casual like with items and stuff, but I'm not like going in, wave dashing everywhere, doing all this technical stuff. And I feel like Smash Ultimate makes it so it's easy for people. It's easy for someone that has never played a Smash game, but it's also fun and takes skill for someone who likes to play the game competitively, which is something that is hard to do, making a game. Trust me, I would know. I'm just kidding, I wouldn't. But yeah, I would say Smash Ultimate is just by far the best Smash game because it takes everything the Smash games did, as I said, besides some of the modes, and just improved it, and it has every returning character, which is awesome. It also has some new characters too, and so many cool stages. The game looks beautiful. I love how they brought back directional air dodging from Melee. Except this time it doesn't put you in complete freefall, which I also like a lot. But yeah, Smash Ultimate overall is the best Smash game by far, in my opinion. Also, probably my favorite game ever, just because I love Smash Bros so much. But anyways, that's gonna have to wrap it up for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and make sure you have a good night rest or a good day whenever you are listening to this. My computer turned off randomly in sleep mode for some reason. So yeah, have a nice whatever you're doing, and good night. Or bye, whatever. See ya.
New Super Mario Brothers. Whee!